This week on Granite State Challenge, the Lancers of Londonderry High School take on the Astros of Pinkerton Academy. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Granite State Challenge. We've got an exciting first-round matchup for you this week. Two teams here ready to do battle to see who's going to move on to the next round. Let's introduce them to you. First up, we have the Lancers of Londonderry High School.
Hi, I'm Chris, and Granite State Challenge is one of my favorite things to do.
Hi, I'm Advika, and my favorite book is Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice.
Hi, I'm Austin Kilgore, and I enjoy astronomy.
Hi, I'm Nathan Farrick, and I like to ride roller coasters.
Excellent, me too. The alternate is Brandon. The team is coached by Peter Willis, and they are the Lancers of Londonderry High School. And facing off against the Lancers are the Astros of Pinkerton Academy.
I am Patrick, and I run a news channel dedicated to bringing positive and wholesome news stories in times of need.
Hi, I'm Hidea, and I recently took on the new hobby of suturing.
Hi, I'm Kenza, and I have a bucket list of over 100 things.
Hi, I'm Jude, and I've been playing piano since I was 4.
All right, excellent. The team is coached by Deborah Carlson, and they are the Astros of Pinkerton Academy. All right, nice to meet you, teams. We do have one more introduction, and that is, of course, our judge, Ann Belanger. All right, teams, introductions are done and out of the way. Let's play the game. Grab those signaling devices. We're going to roll into round one. In round one of Granite State Challenge, we play 10-point toss-up questions. Londonderry Pinkerton, good luck. Here we go. This could be a spunky canine companion in a movie or in an American rock band known for the songs Hold the Line, Rosanna, and Africa. Austin of Londonderry.
Toto.
That's it. In what year did the 19th Amendment give women the right to vote? Advika of Londonderry.
1920.
That's it. This artist, often referred to as the Pope of Pop, is known for works like Large Campbell's Soup Can and Marilyn Diptych. Nathan of Londonderry.
Andy Warhol.
Yes. This is used to treat malaria and is also found in tonic water, which was originally used to treat the disease. Advika of Londonderry.
Quinine.
That's it. The Indian Citizenship Act, signed into law in 1924 by this president, granted full U.S. citizenship to the indigenous peoples of the United States. Austin of Londonderry.
Warren G. Harding.
Sorry, no. Close, it was Calvin Coolidge. The first games of the modern Olympics were held in this city in 1896. Hidea of Pinkerton.
Athens?
Yes. This writer's works, which includes Tarzan of the Apes and John Carter of Mars, is buried in Tarzana, California. That author was Edgar Rice Burroughs. The boiling point of water at sea level is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. What is the boiling point of water at sea level in Celsius? Austin of Londonderry.
100 degrees.
That's it. Yep. The Masters Golf Tournament is played annually at this golf course in Georgia. Advika of Londonderry.
The Augusta.
Yes, Augusta National, you got it. Teams, what is the first element on the periodic table? Jude of Pinkerton.
Hydrogen.
That's the one. Chicago gangster Al Capone was sentenced to 11 years in prison in 1931 for this crime. Jude of Pinkerton.
Tax evasion.
That's it. The Tremont Street subway in this city opened in 1897 and is the oldest subway tunnel in North America. It's in Boston. This Russian playwright is best known for works like The Cherry Orchard and Uncle Vanya. Advika of Londonderry.
Chekhov?
Chekhov is right. British statesman John Montagu is credited with creating this luncheon staple. Austin of Londonderry.
Sandwich.
He's the Earl of Sandwich. In what city will you find the 18th century neoclassical monument, the Brandenburg Gate? Austin of Londonderry.
Berlin.
That's it. Teams, what do we call magma that has reached the surface of the earth? Advika of Londonderry.
Lava.
That's it. You'll find the cities of Antwerp, Ghent, and Liège in this European city. Sorry, country. Advika of Londonderry.
The Netherlands?
Sorry, no. Sorry, Austin, you can't ring in. It was Belgium. All right, teams. What U.S. state is known as the Pine Tree State? That's our neighbors to the east. It's Maine. If you march to pomp and circumstance when graduating, you're marching to music composed by this man. The name we're going for is Edward Elgar. The Broadway musical Annie Get Your Gun is based on the life of this real sharpshooter. Who's Annie Oakley? Dooley Wilson played Sam, the piano player, at Rick's Cafe American in this 1942 movie. They asked him to play it again, Sam, in Casablanca. All right, teams, the next question is our Unitil Power question. It's worth double the points, so this is a 20-point toss-up question, and it will come to you on your monitors. Take a look.
Faster and higher are two of the words in the three-word Olympic motto. What's the third?
Faster, higher, and stronger. All right, teams, this could be a malleable metal element with an atomic number of 29 or slang for a police officer. Chris of Londonderry.
Sorry.
Sorry, no worries. Pinkerton.
Copper.
Someone's got a ring in on Pinkerton. Jude.
Copper.
Yes. This artist's 1964 painting, The Problem We All Live With, depicting 6-year-old black student Ruby Bridges being escorted to school by U.S. Marshals, first ran in Look magazine and was later hung outside the Oval Office at the White House in 2011. Advika of Londonderry.
Norman Rockwell.
That's it. This ocean-dwelling creature, the longest extant invertebrate, can grow to lengths of over 40 feet. Chris of Londonderry.
Colossal squid.
Sorry, no. Believe it or not, even bigger than the colossal squid is the giant squid. This photographer is best known for his images of the Civil War. He is quoted as saying of his work, "I had to go. A spirit in my feet said go, and I went." It was Matthew Brady. This fictional criminal mastermind is described by Sherlock Holmes as the Napoleon of crime. Austin of Londonderry.
Moriarty.
That's it. This spice, derived from the Crocus sativus, is the world's most expensive spice by weight. Advika of Londonderry.
Saffron.
That's it. This red-furred mammal with a raccoon-like face and a long striped bushy tail is found in the eastern Himalayas and southwestern China. Jude of Pinkerton.
The red panda.
Yes. Teams, in what water sport might you call the performance surface gnarly, glassy, or flat? Patrick of Pinkerton?
Surfing.
Yes. In which Jane Austen novel will you find the Dashwood sisters, Marianne and Eleanor? Sorry, Hedaya, not quite in time. It's Sense and Sensibility. In Norse mythology, this hammer-wielding god is associated with storms, lightning, thunder, and war. In the 2011 Marvel movie bearing his name, he is played by Chris Hemsworth. Advika of Londonderry.
Thor.
Yes. All right, teams, we're going to hang on to the next question to the start of round 2. And after round 1, Londonderry jumping out to an early lead of 140 to 60. All right, nice job, teams. We're going to go right into round 2. In round 2, we're going to continue with the toss-up questions, but we're going to double the point value. So we're now playing for 20-point toss-up questions. And for the first of those questions, go ahead and take a look at your monitor. You may find signs and fences on coastal sand and gravel beaches protecting the nesting site of this shorebird. That adorable little bird is the piping plover. The Barbary macaque, found in the Atlas Mountains in Algeria and Morocco, is also found in this British overseas territory on the southern tip of the Iberian Peninsula, making it the only population of wild monkey found in Europe. Austin of Londonderry.
Gibraltar.
Yes. Teams, what mythological animal has the body of a lion and the head and wings and sometimes talons of an eagle? Nathan of Londonderry.
Griffin.
Yep. This Scottish poet wrote poems about both mice and lice. It's Robert Burns. Robert Burns. All right, teams. 3 U.S. presidents got married while they were in office. Name any one of them. It's a fun fact that John Tyler, Grover Cleveland, and Woodrow Wilson all got married while in office. The sexagesimal number system originated with the ancient Sumerians. What number is at the base of this system? Austin of Londonderry.
60.
60 is right. Teams, what do you call a figure with 12 sides? Jude of Pinkerton.
A dodecahedron.
Sure, we'll take that. The largest artificial lake in the world, Lake Volta, was formed by damming the Volta River in this African country. It was in Ghana. This man served as the 6th director of the FBI from 2001 to 2013 and was appointed special counsel for the United States Department of Justice in 2017 to investigate possible Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election. Advika of Londonderry.
Robert Mueller.
Yes. Teams, in what sport will you find the Fosbury flop? You'll find it in the high jump. What instrument would you use to measure wind speed? Nathan of Londonderry.
Anemometer.
Anemometer is right. If you are a hippologist, what is your specialty? Hippologists study horses. All right, teams, what is the name of Captain Nemo's underwater ship in the Jules Verne novel 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? Jude of Pinkerton.
The Nautilus.
Yes. The Chrysler Building in New York is an example of this architecture and design style, popular in the 1920s and 1930s. Jude of Pinkerton.
Art Deco.
Correct. Above the mantel in the state dining room in the White House, you will find these words: I pray heaven to bestow the best of blessings on this house and all that shall hereafter inhabit it. May none but honest and wise men ever rule under this roof. These words were taken from a letter written by this man to his wife Abigail. Hedaya of Pinkerton.
John Adams.
Correct. This is the only metal element that is a liquid at room temperature. Jude of Pinkerton.
Mercury.
Correct. All right. In Act 5, Scene 1 of Shakespeare's play Hamlet, the title character holds the skull of this court jester. He holds the skull of Yorick. If the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz was asked, what would he say the symbol for the element tin is? Advika of Londonderry.
SN.
Correct. This even-toed ungulate comes in dromedary and Bactrian versions. Jude of Pinkerton.
The elephant.
Sorry, no. Edvika of Londonderry.
The camel.
Camel is right. In an American football game, how many players are allowed on the field for the offense? Nathan of Londonderry.
12.
Sorry, nope. Pinkerton? Hedaya?
6.
Nope, it is 11. In a 19, well, we'll save that question for round 4. And after 2 rounds, Londonderry hanging on to their lead by a score of 280 to 160. All right, nice work, teams. We're going to go to round 3. In round 3, we are doing what we are calling our 3 strikes and you're out round. So each team will get a category with 10 questions. Starting with the captain, we'll ask each one of you a question going down the line. Each one's worth 10 points, and we will keep going until either you miss 3 strikes and you're out, or until we get through all 10 questions. Pinkerton, as the team trailing, you get to choose first, and Patrick, as the captain, you get to select from these categories. Yes, you can, the balls in your court, and fairy tales.
Fairy tales.
Fairy tales, all right. For this category, Pinkerton, the answers to the following will all be fictional fairies, pixies, and sprites, okay? Patrick, she was a friend of Peter Pan.
Tinkerbell.
Correct. Hedaya, she made sure Cinderella had a gown and a coach.
Fairy godmother.
Correct. Kenza, he is a character in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream.
Tim.
It is Puck. Jude, this fairy is found in Arthurian legend. It is Morgan Le Fay. Patrick, she is the frenemy of Artemis in the Artemis Fowl series. Sorry, it's Holly Short. So after 3 strikes, 2 correct responses. All right, good job, Pinkerton. Londonderry, we turn to you, and Chris, as the team captain, you get to choose from Yes You Can or Yes You Can or The Ball's in Your Court.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. All right, excellent. The answers to the following will start with the letters C-A-N. Okay? All right. Chris, collection of stories by Geoffrey Chaucer.
Canterbury.
Judges, think about that. Edvika, where Ted Cruz traveled to during the Texas power crisis.
Cancun.
Yes. Austin, country led by Justin Trudeau.
Canada.
Correct. Nathan, this is the capital of Australia.
Canberra.
Correct. Chris, orange, yellow, and white Halloween tree.
Candy corn.
Correct. Edvika, what a painter might paint on.
Canvas.
Yes. Austin, the upper level of vegetation in a forest.
Canopy.
Yes. Nathan, a type of melon.
Cantaloupe.
Yes. Chris, a deep gorge that is the result of erosion. It is canyon. Edvika, an ornate holder for many candles. It is a candelabra. 8 out of 10 on your 3 strikes and you're out round. Nice job, Londonderry. All right, so Londonderry extending their lead a little bit in round 3, but don't worry, Pinkerton, because in round 4 we continue with 20-point toss-up questions, but we will be deducting 20 points for incorrect responses. So play strategic, and a lot can swing in this round. Londonderry, Pinkerton, good luck. Here we go. In a 1928 campaign poster, Herbert Hoover promised to put 2 cars in every garage and 1 of these in every pot. Jude of Pinkerton.
A chicken.
That's right. What are identified using the terms cirrus, cumulus, and stratus? Hedaya?
Clouds.
Yes. From 1185 to 1868, this was the title given to Japanese military dictators appointed by the emperor. They were the shoguns. Teams, what is the name of the king Macbeth kills in the Shakespearean play Macbeth? It is Duncan. Woof, meow, quack, bang, and buzz are all examples of this figure of speech. Jude of Pinkerton.
Onomatopoeia.
Yes. Collectively, what are pride, greed, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth commonly known as? Patrick of Pinkerton.
7 deadly sins.
Yes. On any alphabetical listing of mammals, this insectivore would come first. Austin of Londonderry.
Aardvark.
Yes. Teams, what sport combines cross-country skiing and rifle shooting? It's known as the biathlon. What travels at 299,792,458 meters per second? Austin of Londonderry.
Light.
Yes. This Irish poet and playwright wrote the plays Lady Windermere's Fan and The Importance of Being Earnest. Edvika of Londonderry.
Oscar Wilde.
Yes. Teams, what comes in navy, pinto, and kidney varieties? Chris of Londonderry.
Beans.
Yep. This blues singer is known for her 1939 recording of the song Strange Fruit about lynching. Jude of Pinkerton.
Billie Holiday.
Yes. Teams, what layer of earth lies just above the mantle? Jude of Pinkerton.
The crust.
Yep. Alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet. What is the last letter? Austin of Londonderry.
Omega.
Correct. What unique unit of measurement would you use to measure the height of a horse? Chris of Londonderry.
Fingers.
Sorry, no. Pinkerton? Jude?
Hands.
A hand is correct. What is the name of the author who created the characters Miss Marple and Hercule Poirot? Austin of Londonderry.
Agatha Christie.
Correct. Alexander Hamilton was born on this small island in the West Indies in either 1755 or 1757. He was born on the island of Nevis. In what Spanish novel will you find the character Sancho Panza? Edvika of Londonderry.
Don Quixote.
Correct. This theoretical physicist played himself in The Big Bang Theory, Futurama, and The Simpsons, and was portrayed by Eddie Redmayne in the movie The Theory of Everything. Hedaya of Pinkerton.
Stephen Hawking.
Correct. After 28 years together, this French electronic duo, known for their helmets and songs like One More Time and Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger, announced their breakup in February of 2021. Patrick of Pinkerton.
Daft Punk.
Yes. Collectively, what are these characters known as? Sneezy, Bashful, Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, Doc, and Dopey. Hedaya of Pinkerton.
Dwarfs. The Seven Dwarfs.
Correct, thank you. The musical Evita is based on the life of this First Lady of Argentina. That is based on the life of Eva Perón. This could be a character from The Simpsons or a Greek poet. Edvika of Londonderry.
Homer.
Correct. This Finnish capital hosted the 1952 Summer Olympics. Jude of Pinkerton.
Helsinki.
Correct. This composer and conductor wrote the music for both the Broadway and film productions of West Side Story. It is Leonard Bernstein. The mansion Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee was the home of this rock and roll legend. Austin of Londonderry.
Elvis Presley.
Correct. This fictional storyteller saved her own life by telling a king 1,000 stories over 1,001 nights. Edvika of Londonderry.
Scheherazade.
Correct. This Italian inventor and electrical engineer is credited with inventing the radio. Sorry, Austin got in just under the wire. The correct response is Marconi. And at the end of the game, by a score of 540 to 400, Londonderry will be moving on to the next rounds. Congratulations, Londonderry. We will see you in a few weeks when you come back and take on the Clippers of Portsmouth High School. Pinkerton, thanks so much for coming out. Thanks for playing a great game. We hope you had fun. We hope you had fun as well at home. We hope you join in next week when the Bow Falcons take on the Timberwolves of Prospect Mountain High School. That'll do it from us this week. I learned a lot this week, and I hope you did too. We'll see you next time.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by NEA New Hampshire, Safety Insurance, New Hampshire Lottery, DF Richard Energy, HRCU, Cognia, and viewers like you. Thank you.